Welcome to our presentation entitled Themes of Mothering in Selected Muslim Female Narratives. I am Rabiatul Yusoff, writing the paper with Dr. Raihanah, and we are from Universiti Kebangsaan, Malaysia. We will be looking at two literary texts discussing and imagining notions of motherhood. We believe that analyzing these texts can provide us insights about how mothers are represented in stories. Let's look at how motherhood is conceptualized. First, Adrienne Rich couched motherhood within individual and institutional markers. She states that the potential relationship of any woman to her powers of reproduction and to children, an institution which aims at ensuring that potential and all women shall remain under male control. And for her, this acknowledges the patriarchal undertones of the concept as how it is being perceived by society. If you look at O'Reilly, for her, in becoming mothers, women are empowered to decide for the sake of their children, making it a socially engaged enterprise, which impacts domestic and political spaces. It is also beneficial if we look at Yuval Davis's conceptualization. For her, women play a very important role in society as they are the biological reproducers of the nation. We can look at three dimensions of motherhood. First, motherhood as institution. Second, motherhood as experience. And third, motherhood as identity or subjectivity. And this is taken from O'Reilly's book. Now we will look at how motherhood is narrated in fiction by women writers based on the conceptualization that we have discussed in the previous slides. These are the novels that represent our research corpus. On the left is Celestial Bodies, written by Joka Al-Harthi. On the right is A Golden Age, written by Tamima Anam. So in Celestial Bodies by Joka Al-Harthi and A Golden Age by Tamima Anam, the mother characters experience the lows and downs in their lives, affected by familial, societal, and national tensions. We can see how these female characters play a significant role in determining the outcome of the story as they undergo changes in two respective landscapes as represented in the plot. So despite the different spatial contexts in both novels, one set in Oman, one in Bangladesh, both narratives share a lot of commonalities as they go through the heightened tension in certain decades. The focus of the study will be based on two branches. Firstly, we will conduct a comparative study on gendered narratives through the lens of motherhood. Secondly, we seek to uncover the manifestation of motherhood in two contexts, namely the Omani context and the Bangladeshi context. These are the initial findings based on the two narratives. Firstly, motherhood is dictated by cultural expectations both in Oman and in Bangladesh. We have the mother character in Celestial Bodies, Salima. She is very forceful in terms of culture and traditions. So for her daughter Maya, she seeks to break away from the mother's traditional clutch. Both of them somewhat sought to weaponize their culture. For example, Salima is very obsessed about a list of do's and don'ts when she raised her children. What should they do and what should they not be doing? If we compare her to Raihanah, we can see a bit of insights there. Raihanah in A Golden Age used culture to basically provide comfort in her household. Culture is represented in a golden age through daily habits and worries. Raihanah likes to feed the people around her and keep them comfortable. So even though they are witnessing a lot of societal changes, both Salimah and Raihanah, their way of mothering were very much dictated by cultural expectations. Secondly, we can see the impact of mothering in how the daughters perceive themselves and how the daughter view their self-worth. Why do we say this? It is because both Salimah and Raihanah practice different mothering styles. Salimah is authoritarian and Raihanah is more permissive, so to speak. All right. So as a result, what Maya, Salimah's daughter, sought to do was to move away from her mother's control. And then for Raihanah, the daughter, also named Maya, she sought to be more independent and to carve out her own life. So both of their mothering styles really resulted in the daughters going through different trajectories. So yes, and then the third one, their daughter's life course mirrors their reaction to the mothering they were subjected to. So this is linked to the second point. We could see how Maya, Salimah's daughter, sought to build her own family away from her mother in Oman. So the mother was living in a rural area. The daughter moved to a more urban area to escape the clutches of the mother. Whereas in a golden age, the daughter was not as hostile as the daughter in celestial bodies. However, she also sought to involve herself in the liberation war to free Bangladesh, mostly because the mother carved her this freedom and space to do so. So we can see how much differing mothering styles impact daughters in different ways, as shown in these two narratives. Why is female narrative important? It is because when women writes, it is their platform to reclaim their stories, their narratives, and the description of life from their eyes. And then there's also the spatial and temporal perspectives, so how women from different backgrounds go through each day, providing a variety of insights that may have been hidden previously. And then female narrative is also important as it allows us to situate the self within larger circles, and these larger circles, as mentioned before, involve many different aspects. For example, society, cultural background, and then different periods of time as well. So in order to gain more insights about how motherhood is represented and how it provides consequences to the lives of people around them, we need to keep this importance in mind. I now end the presentation. If you have any queries or comments, any questions you would like to ask, do get in touch with us. Thank you so much for watching the presentation.